The NBA went completely off the rails last night.
Jamal Murray again. Nice pass.
Oh! They throw it in! And it counts!
We had two intense games in Denver and Houston.
Castle delivering! That was a windmill dunk and the foul! I know Vince is smiling back in Connecticut.
Derozan turned up the heat against Miami.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with Compton right there. Do something. Is there a problem here?
And we witnessed tons of spectacular plays all throughout the league. So let's start in Denver, where LeBron James was trying to send a cryptic message to the Nuggets bench before the game. He can't be serious. Well, this must have hurt their feelings because...
Surprise. Corner! They've hit 2 threes. Now Jamal Murray, boy, he has broken the Lakers' hearts a couple of times. They can't miss to open things up when he has at least 15 points and 10 rebounds. Will they miss too?
No. Open shots and they continue to fire.
Murray again! Nothing but net!
The Nuggets opened the game on fuego, hitting their first 5 shots to take an 8-point lead. Luckily for LA, Luka Doncic was just as hot at the start.
And here it is on its way, as we suspected, and down it goes. Dancing out on top, trying to guard him is Jones. Trying is the word as Luka scores. Got a 6 from beyond the arc. Luka got it again.
Luka was carrying the Lakers in the first period with 16 points on a perfect 6 of 6 from the field. Regardless, Denver was able to build a double-digit lead thanks to their unconscious 3-point shooting.
They're in a bit of trouble now. They get a great look. They got a great look to Jones. Tough pass gets to Watson. Now with 6, he'll shoot from the corner.
Get this, the home team shot a blistering 9 of 11 from downtown in the first 12 minutes. How can you counteract that? Well, everything's easier when you have Drew Timme on your side.
Really earning this. First half action, and he hits it from distance. And on their depth chart to see a lot of these guys playing. Timmy's underneath, got it! Timme backing in Hardaway. This is a battle. He goes up and under to score!
Timme played the best 2 minutes of his life, igniting a 9-2 run to cut the lead to just 2 points. And LeBron made the ball arena feel like crypto for a moment when...
Time by Murray. It's off target, taken by LeBron. With a head of steam. Here he comes! Two-hand jam for the king!
This guy is having a better dunk reel after turning 40 than most of the players have in their entire careers. We'll have to leave Aaron Gordon out of it, of course.
Lob underneath! Look out! Look out!
That was a nice setup.
This high-flying action sparked an electric 8-0 run in the last 40 seconds of the first half, with Murray entering 2K mode.
All Murray set up that nice pass.
Oh! They throw it in! And it counts!
That's Jamal Murray again. Lakers fell asleep.
There goes that man.
There's time on the clock. You can't just assume.
Oh my goodness, Jamal fires a 3/4 heave and knocks it down, causing madness in the arena. This got the Nuggets up by 14, a lead which they extended in the third quarter.
Murray up ahead. The long reach of Aaron Gordon. He's just going to stop and pop for 3.
Down by 16, the Lakers desperately needed a momentum shift, which they instantly got on these back-to-back dunks.
It's 22.5 against the Lake Show. Tapped out by Jackson Hayes. We'll see a lot of minutes. Rim running to the other end, and that's going to have Denver calling a timeout.
What a dime! It comes so naturally to him, it's a pleasure to watch. And after the timeout by Denver, Luka continued making plays for his team in need.
Trying to work in a lane, he leans in and scores. And underneath, Luka comes all the way over from the other side. Steal it away, LeBron, bounce. Jake had to wait for just an instant. Now 3 for Luka, yes sir!
The great anticipation on defense and then the 3-pointer to cut the lead to 7. But the best thing is, he wasn't done just yet.
Read that one perfectly, closed him out. Luka, lob underneath! Hayes everywhere! What a run for the Lakers.
He's a virtuoso with the ball. Doncic led his team to a 13-0 blitz in less than 3 minutes to narrow the gap to 3. He completed the 30-point triple-double before the final period even started. The Nuggets spent all the big shots in the first half and went just 1 of 7 from long range in the third period. And without Nikola Jokic on the floor to weather the storm, the Lakers were able to take over the game.
Bend it. Lob underneath. Tied again. An aberration.
5 on the clock.
Oh, Marcus in the corner for 3. Yes! Come on, string music. And with the ball and 2.5 to play. Luka, corner, Marcus Smart, count it, knock it down.
LA executed a deadly 16-0 stretch in the final frame to completely turn around the game and take a 12-point lead. They kept the Nuggets scoreless for 6.5 minutes. After such a hot shooting display in the first half, it's crazy how the night turned out for Denver.
Luka finds Luka. Back to Hachimura, diving is LeBron! Throw it down!
Watch out! James throws down the hammer to put the exclamation point at the end. This is a good start to the 8-game road trip for LA, and the fact that Luka is averaging 34, 8 and 6 on 52% from the field and 42% from downtown over the last 5 games is even better. And after seeing this pre-game dunk by Wemby in Houston, I expected a whole lot more in the actual game.
Capella, so gives the big man the opportunity, and
Wembanyama! That is ridiculous!
That was a power dunk by Wemby over Capella. He picked up the slack in the second quarter after shooting 0 for 3 in the first.
him jump-starting it. They probably don't win that game as Wembanyama book it, the midi. 15 to shoot. Wembanyama rises and connects.
And they like that.
Victor got it going and the Spurs were rolling to a double-digit lead in the first half, but it was Julian Champagnie who did the most damage to the Rockets defense actually.
Barnes swing, Champagnie
Again! Julian Champagnie is making it rain in Houston.
and 2 assists. Champagnie,
He kicks it off right where he got it rolling.
just too big inside. Champagnie tries.
Champagnie! They pop the cork again.
Champagnie popped off, hitting 8 of 12 from beyond the arc in the first 26 minutes of the game. That's insane. And speaking of that,
Trying to get it in. Another steal. Stephon Castle, gear up for showtime.
Castle climbs the ladder, and it's a chance for 3.
whoa, Stephon Castle took flight in transition for the windmill jam plus the foul. San Antonio had control for most of the game until Reed Shepherd sparked a much-needed run for Houston.
He always says he likes to lead by example.
Capella turning back the clock with a big-time finish.
Before the other way goes to Shepherd, down the floor, up and under, and he finishes.
Okay, a little 4-0 to finish the third quarter, but they're still down by 10. No worries, Shepherd made sure to keep the same energy flowing.
It up for Durant on a leak out, and Durant finishes.
Going cold from 3.
Thompson, kick.
Shepherd 3. He buries it. And Shepherd with a steal. Barnes in pursuit. Shepherd had it blocked. Scooped up by Finney-Smith, and he finishes.
How in the world did the refs miss that whack on Reed's hand by Barnes? Luckily, Finney-Smith was right there to pick it up and lay it in. The Rockets completed a 13-0 stretch to close the gap to a single point. The Spurs didn't help the fact that Wembanyama went absolutely cold in the second half.
Wemby, it's the alien against the unicorn. The unicorn got the strip and the miss.
That was a stellar defense by the master. And meanwhile, Shepherd remained responsible for the scoring on the offensive end.
Extra. Shepherd, money. 6 on the clock. Şengün came to set the screen. 4 to shoot. Shepherd has the force.
Oh! Reed Shepherd sticks another.
In the game.
Shepherd. Oh! The English. It's the former Wildcat that's got their heads in the game.
Reed was an impossible riddle for the Spurs defense in the fourth quarter, scoring 12 of his 21 points off the bench. And on the other end, KD was still glued to Wemby.
This has been the concern for them. Closing games. Wembanyama, no.
Victor was struggling a lot against the lanky Durant, and then it was time for Junior to step up.
7 to shoot. It's Smith off the screen. Smith J.
Bullseye.
Wembanyama. Back down. Wemby's response. Not there.
Jabari Smith gives Houston the lead and does a great job on Wemby as well. So now, with KD and Smith being guarded closely, Şengün takes the responsibility in the clutch.
Spins on Cornet. Cornet stayed with him. Şengün got the finish.
Alpi gets it to go to put the Rockets up by 4. On the other end, Wembanyama is forced to answer but misses yet another shot over Şengün. He couldn't hit a shot to save his life in the second half, going 1 for 11 from the field. That's horrible. So the Spurs had to foul Shepherd in order to stop the clock. Reed splits the free throws, making it a 5-point game. So with only 12 seconds left now, Wemby has to fire another prayer but misses badly, and that's all she wrote for this one, as the Rockets can celebrate their 3rd win in a row. Moving on to Utah, where the game was practically a one-on-one battle between Keyonte George and Anthony Edwards, who was able to create a little separation at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Fakes the pass, got stripped by Anderson, comes out to Edwards in the corner. The 3-ball splashes down and up to 23. That's his 3rd 3 of the night against Cody Williams. Free throw line, bumps, now fades, 17-footer, nothing but net. Here's Edwards. Wolves up 11, spin to the elbow, the pull up, he got it again.
Ant was putting on a clinic, and with 12 of his 38 points in the period, put the Wolves up by 13. Nevertheless, Ace Bailey had the diss track ready to play because...
Here's Collier, drops it back, Bailey to the rim, he'll throw it down.
Boy, that's the athleticism that had.
Jeez, that was nasty. The Jazz opened the final stage with a little 10-3 run, cutting the deficit to just 5 points.
Here come the Jazz on the move. Collier got a step, got the lay-in, got the foul, 3-point opportunity.
And after Dante DiVincenzo was able to stop the bleeding for a second, Utah was on another mini run.
Wolves up by 7, turnover, Collier up ahead, Nurkic to the rim, he'll finish. Nas spins, lost it on the way up, he thought he got fouled. Clayton comes away with it. Filipowski drops it for Collier, out to Bailey, 3-ball.
The Jazz were flying up and down the court, executing an additional 6-0 run to get it down to 2. At this point, the Wolves were in a scramble mode, and it seemed like nothing could stop Utah.
Backdoor Bailey, look out.
Good split action that time off the top. Minnesota got confused in a switching situation.
Collier playing with confidence, takes Dante right to the cup and scores it. Collier lowers the shoulder, drives in. 3-ball, in again. Keyonte George, 38 points.
A 26-10 stretch since the start of the 4th got the Jazz up by 4 points, and once they got the Wolves down, they kept pounding until the comeback was done.
The Jazz have hit 12 of 15. Keyonte George across the lane. Dumps it off inside, Bailey up for 2, he got it. When the game goes into the final 5 minutes, the score within 5 points. Nurkic inside, laying good in the foul.
So down by 8 with less than 2 minutes to go, Ant knew it's now or never.
Edwards pulls up on the 3 and sticks that. Bailey in front of his own bench, an air ball. The Wolves have the rebound. Up ahead, Dante feeds it to Ant to the cup. He got the dunk and the foul.
With 6 unanswered points, Edwards got his team back to a single possession, but Keyonte was more than ready to respond on the other end.
Keyonte George in the paint, hangs, Bailey rises, Rudy met him at the apex. Nurkic put back, that's no good. Jazz still with it, George, 3-ball in the corner. His career night continues.
George knocks down the corner 3 for a new career high of 43 points for him. And after a couple of free throws by Nurkic on the next play, the game was out of reach for Minnesota. And speaking of 40-point games, Emmanuel Quickley erupted in the Bay Area last night.
Love it. You love the balance that he's bringing. Also knocking down the 3 balls. You get us another opportunity right there.
Oh, he's perfect tonight. Perfect.
Turn it on at any moment.
Quickley, the and 1. How nifty was that? Here's Quickley. Ties his career high.
Quick just had the most efficient 40-point game in NBA history. Listen to this. On his way to his second 40-piece in his career to go along with 10 assists, by the way, Emmanuel shot an unbelievable 11 for 13 from the field and 7 for 8 from downtown. He hit all of his 11 free throws, and that combines for a true shooting of 112%. That's one hell of a stat line. Not to mention that the Raptors demolished the Dubs, and the Kings were down all throughout the game against Miami, which got Derozan a little bit frustrated.
Too easy for Russell Westbrook. And that's going to be a foul against DeRozan. You see what they do, Miami, even after makes.
That's going to cause a little bit of problem. DeMar is not happy.
After a little scuffle, Debo and Bam laughed it off, but in the fourth quarter in an already decided game, DeMar totally flipped out.
Bounce pass to Larson, and he's collared by DeRozan. Yeah, you don't want to mess with Compton right there. Do something. Is there a problem here?
That was a nice punchline. I mean, for the comment, not the swipe on Larson's head. This is not the first time we see DeRozan switch off like that.
Clarkson hit by DeRozan.
It's the same pattern. Late game situations, they're getting blown out and then boom! He doesn't want to wait until the final buzzer to hit the showers, so he goes knocking people out.
Range. And a foul. DeRozan.
Fuel now the frustration that you have.
Yeah, that's
not a good play there. You got to fuel the frustration that you have right now, and that's got to be fueled in a positive way.
And just yesterday, I documented the ongoing drama between Jaylen Brown and Beef Stew, who got tangled up again. See exactly what took place in this video right here, and talk to you in the next one. Peace out.